Commence primary ignition.
Hey there, friends, fans, and collectors. Welcome to another episode of Binary Sunset Review. Today, we're finally taking a look at VC 299 Pre Vizsla. Let's get going.
The resurrection of our warrior past is about to begin.
Pre Vizsla was a character in Star Wars The Clone Wars. In Season 5, we saw him. He was the leader of Death Watch. Him, Maul, and the Crime Syndicate really made some great antagonists for the 5th season. It's also well known that this character was the voice actor of Jon Favreau, now later the director of The Mandalorian. He has always worked very closely with Dave Filoni, and this was his first voice character. Now, I will mention, as I said previously, I'm not sure the connection with the Vizslas and Favreau, but they have chosen this clan, and it puzzles me to this day. Not just a few years ago, we only had, I think it was 3, maybe 4 card backs that had the Clone Wars title in the silver piping, and now we have, close to 20.
Here we have the front side of the packaging for Pre Vizsla. We have a nice close-up of that cartoon image from Scene 3 when we're first really introduced to Pre Vizsla and his character arc. We have the brilliant Clone Wars logo there in between the Star Wars silver piping. We're getting some of these amazing characters that we could have only dreamt of years ago. Wonderful to add Pre Vizsla to the collection here. We have the great Kenner logo on the bottom there. We have the bubble there. We can see a brilliantly designed figure, a lot of detail in that face. We're going to do some close-ups afterwards. We have his unique helmet with those sensor horn-looking things on the sides, and of course we have the Darksaber. I am very happy to show off the 2024 Vintage Collection packaging, which, if you can remember from the original Vintage Collection launch, actually mirrors the old Vintage Collection packaging. Now, this has an image of the card back with the character out on the back. We have the VC number in the upper right-hand corner, which is amazingly up to 299 now. And we also have flavor text. So where the whole backside used to be advertisements and legalese, we now have a beautiful image and some nice history. Now this one says, Pre Vizsla was a governor of Concordia, a moon of Mandalore during the Clone Wars. Behind closed doors, he led Death Watch, a secret group of commandos seeking control of Mandalore. Commando terrorists, more like it. Death Watch. Boo. Great backside there with the Vintage Collection logo. We do get the legalese, Disney and Hasbro there. But a really, really nice update to these card backs. Great to see. I really, really like it. All right, let's free him from this bubble. Here we have the first impressions of Pre Vizsla out of the box. And it is so great to have this character with his unique, weird little jetpack. That's not the Z6. The great painting on his chest armor right there. And, of course, the Darksaber. It's nice to see all the unique bits from this character that we've been missing and seeing for a long, long time on screen, but have yet to see in the Vintage Collection. The painting and detailing of this figure really shines bright. Look at that face detailing. Now, it's just looking really nice with that grimace and that scar across his eye. A very unique Mandalorian design and translated really well to the lifelike figure. So, these translations, a lot of these characters that we've seen on screen have never been brought to Vintage Collection form, and it's just really, really well done here with Pre Vizsla. Even with this head sculpt being as good as it is, the helmet does fit right over it, which is really impressive, and we can see some of the painting on the gauntlets because his armor and his jetpack is completely unique, and it translates beautifully to this figure. Here we have the accessories for Pre Vizsla, and for the first time we can see the Darksaber as it was seen in the cartoon with the just look to it down the blade. So it doesn't just have that white edge to it, it also has like cracks and visible stuff on the blade, which is really, really neat. Extra detail is just always welcome. We also, of course, have its dinky cartoon Mando blasters. We have his very unique helmet right here with the great paint job and the extra antennas. And we have his equally unique jetpack backpack. Now, this is not the Z6 that we see with the other Mandalorians. This is not the goofy little Disney one that the female Mandalorians wear, and this is not the old school one. This is like a really bashed up, blended. His missiles got like a different look to it too, but I really, really like that we get his unique backpack supported in this great character.
I would certainly recommend this figure. He is a great addition to this collection that's continually growing of Clone Wars figures, but also a strong antagonist for a couple of seasons into the Clone Wars, and the original holder of the Darksaber, which has become so important in the storyline. A lot of pros for this figure. The unique face sculpt really does translate from the cartoon that we've seen to a realized view very, very well. His jetpack backpack being a big pro. Also, the Darksaber finally being detailed with the kind of cracking little igniting bits down the side when the blade is out. This is a really, really cool design. We haven't seen it with the other Darksaber versions that we've seen in the Vintage Collection, and it's nice to finally get this detail with Pre Vizsla. Another pro would have to be the updated card back. Now we do have some flavor text added to the backside, a complete redesign. I really, really like it. It is an homage to the original card backs we saw in the Vintage Collection. Cons. I will have to say it's a bit of a shame that we had to wait the better part of a decade to get this figure in our hands for when we saw the character debut in the Clone Wars. All in all, a fantastic addition to the new line of 2024 Vintage Collection figures. Thanks for watching another episode of Binary Sunset Review. As always, I've been Mike. Let me know what you think in your comments below. Your likes and your views are greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoy this figure. I hope you're just like me and appreciating the expansion to Clone Wars figures. And I hope you have a great start to your spring out there. Have a great day, stay safe, stay sane, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.
I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe.